welcome back to my channel Megha Reads. In today's video, we are going to talk about the most famous and talked book in Bookstagram right now, and that is Fourth Wing. Yes, the video is finally here as promised. We are going to talk a lot about this book today, and it will be full of spoilers. In case you haven't read this book till now, you can skip the part. I will mention the time of the spoilers and you can skip it. So let's start. I got this book last year in the Kolkata Book Fair, but I read it recently in December. So this was my last book of 2024 and it was so good. I absolutely loved this book. And after reading the Akota series, I think this series has to be my favorite. Before judging me, I haven't yet completed the Throne of Glass series. I have only read 3 books and I have completely forgotten about it. But I think that book is also going to be my favorite. This book, we are going to find our new shadow daddy, that is Xaden or Zaddy. Okay, so after Ezreal, this one has to be my favorite. And in some of the reels I have seen in Bookstagram, they mention that Xaden is actually the adopted son of Rice and Feyre. In the beginning of this book, we get to know about Violet Sorrengail, who is our female protagonist, and she is the daughter of the general, Lilith Sorrengail. So she is forced into the Riders' Squadron, and her elder sister Mira is trying to prevent that because she is telling her mother that she won't survive as she is weaker than the rest of the cadets. The trainee riders are called cadets in this book, and she is being sent to Basket War College where they are trained to be a rider. But through her entire life, Violet was trained to be a scribe. Her father was a scribe. She has a very sharp mind, but she is, due to some reason, sent to the Riders' Squadron. The reason we will get to know in the second book. At the end of the second book, to get admission in Basket War College, they have to cross, the potential cadets have to cross a parapet. Okay. But there is no guarantee that they will survive or they will bond a dragon, because there are a lot of stages, like they will cross the parapet, they will get training, then after a time they will train on a gauntlet, they will have to cross the gauntlet to pass the gauntlet training, and then they will go to the dragon bonding stage, and there is no guarantee that a dragon is willing to bond with them, and if a dragon doesn't bond with the cadets, then they will have to repeat the year. Okay. So I think there was some criteria, like they can repeat twice or thrice, but after that they are just killed or something. I couldn't remember. Our female protagonist Violet, after having a lot of struggle, after being weak, frail because of a connective tissue disorder, crosses the parapet. She meets her best friend, her future best friend Rhiannon, on the parapet, and even offers one of her boots to her so that she doesn't fall. Okay? And there is a minor character, that is Dylan, who is supposed to get married, but unfortunately he falls down the parapet and dies. We forget Dylan, but I did not forget him. After crossing the parapet, Violet is assigned in a squad in which the squad leader is Dane Atroz. Dane Atroz is the best friend of Violet and they have practically grown together. So Dane tries to protect Violet, like, you should not be here, why are you here in the Riders' Squadron, you would die, this is not a place for you, I thought you will be safe in the Scribe Squadron, what are you doing here, you should go back to the Scribe Squadron. He is very irritating, and I wish I could kill Dane, but I can't. Before Violet crosses the parapet, she meets Xaden. So Xaden is the son of a rebel, and in this war, the rebels are executed and their children are sent to Basket War College. Okay, and there is also a theory which you will get to know if you read the book. That is amazing. So I am telling you this again. You should read Fourth Wing. You should. If you haven't, you are missing out. This is one of the best books I have ever read. Eventually, our Violet survives till threshing. that is where they bond with the dragons, and there is constant threats. There is a boy named Jack Barlow who is constantly trying to kill her. I don't know why. He hates everyone, he hates Violet, and before the threshing, there are some hand-to-hand combats in which our darling Violet, she knows that she is weak, she can't defeat them strength-wise. So she used the most powerful weapon that she possesses, that is her brain. Yes, the scribe brain. She gets a book written by her brother who is dead, and okay, so Xaden's father killed her brother Brennan. In Brennan's book, she gets to know where the names are assigned, who will fight whom, the challenges, everything, the scheduling and everything, in which room they are assigned and in which room the records are kept. So she breaks into that room and gets to know about her opponents. So she deliberately chooses the kitchen duty, wakes up early to poison her opponents because she knows that she can't win. She can't win in the strength because she is weak. Violet repeatedly wins the matches and collects the knives. So in this college, when you defeat your opponent, you just take away their knife, one of their knives. So she takes it until our Zaddy challenges her, and I was mesmerized. I was so excited. There was such a good feeling about it, and they fight, and it was a very interesting scene. And I know something is wrong with my brain because Xaden hates Violet, and he will never leave a chance to kill her. Okay, and apparently I forgot to tell you all that Xaden is the wing leader. Yes, the squad in which Violet is assigned is directly related to Xaden. He is the wing leader of the fourth wing. Xaden, while fighting, tells Violet that poisoning your opponents is very clever, but while you are fighting the griffins, you won't get the time to poison them. So that scene is one of my favorite scenes, and if you follow me on Instagram, you could see the annotated lines. Xaden proposes to teach her how to improve her combat skills, and they train. Sparks fly, and then we come to the threshing. She almost falls while jumping. We lose a lot of her squad mate. We get to know a person named Sawyer who has not been bonded with any dragons, and he's a repeat. So he is a part of Violet's squad, and they become very good friends. And we get to see a comic relief character, that is Riddock. I love Riddock, and I don't want anything to happen to him in any of the books. And so I'm very, very scared to read Onyx Dawn. But as far as I know, Riddock is still alive. But let's see. Weakest cadet unexpectedly bonds with not only one but two dragons, Tyrion and Andarna. I don't know if I'm telling the names correctly because that is how I pronounce them. I don't know the correct pronunciations. She spots a little golden dragon, and some of the cadets try to kill her, and she's like, no, I won't let that happen. She stands in front of that little golden dragon and tries to save her with her knife throwing skills, and Jack Barlow and two of his friends are with him, and Jack Barlow says that now is a good time, Violet, now I will kill you. But our Zaddy is there, and he literally puts his feet forward to fight. But before that, a big black dragon comes behind Violet, and Violet just throws her knife, and Jack Barlow fleds from the scene before seeing the big black dragon. And they mentally talk to each other, That scene is very nice. 5 out of 5. Then some of the unbonded cadets tried to kill Violet, but our Zaddy is there and he literally fights them and kills everyone. Total daddy energy. I love the scenes, I love the book, and that is all I can tell about this book without any spoilers, or I might have given a lot of spoilers. So after this, I think you should read this book. And now there comes the spoilers. Okay, if you haven't read this book, please skip it. There is the last war games. They are sent to the war games, and Zayden is a third year, so he is assigned with Violet squad, and he chooses Violet. And our dear Dane somehow reads Violet's memories. So his signet is memory reading or something. He can read people's memories just by touching them. And then Zayden is assigned to Athabine. So there we get to know that we aren't fighting griffins, we are fighting reverence. So, and Venin. Apparently, Violet's father gives her a book about fables, that is a fairy tales, but that is the truth. Like, she never knew that reverence existed, and Zayden apparently smuggles weapons to kill those Venins and reverence. And Violet is betrayed because Zayden hasn't told her about anything. She, throughout her life, knows that our enemy is the Griffins and the Griffin Riders, but that is not the case, and she is shocked, she is betrayed, she is heartbroken. But we get our final scene, the battle scene in Dressel. Many people die. Our dear Liam dies. I cried a lot after reading that scene. It's literally heartbreaking. My family was shocked that why was I crying? Has someone died in my real life? Any of my friends died? Something happened. What happened? And then when I told them that Liam died, they were like, this is insane. Why are you crying over a character? Why are you crying over a book? But they will never know. At the end, we get to know that Violet is gravely injured. She saves Zayden. Both Zayden and Violet are safe, but she is gravely injured. She is about to die. After minor quarreling with the characters, Violet is taken to Aritia, where she is mended by her not so dead brother Brennan. Yes, Brennan is still alive. Violet woke up after a few days, and throughout that time Zayden is completely with her. He never leaves and stays there in hopes that she will wake up. She is very afraid that she will die, because at this point we get to know that he falls for her and he loves her with all his heart. But Violet, when she wakes up, she is like, is my brother really alive? And she is shocked because she knew from the last 6 years that her brother is dead, and apparently Zayden's father has killed her brother, but he's alive. So she feels betrayed, she feels shocked, she is feeling a lot of things, and at the moment she tells Zayden that no, I don't love you right now, please give me time, I don't want to talk to you about anything else, I am very angry with you. They fight. So that is it. Brennan is alive, and on that line our fourth wing ends. It's a cliffhanger, but it's a beautiful cliffhanger. After finishing fourth wing, I immediately started reading Iron Flame. So it was a bonus for me because I already had the book. But if you don't have Iron Flame with you when you finish fourth wing, it's going to be a real struggle. So my advice is that get both the books before you start reading Fourth Wing. And I haven't yet started Onyx Storm, so I will read it. So my review for this book is 5 out of 5. If you are a fantasy fan like me, you should definitely read this book. This book is amazing. Thank you so much for being in this video with me. So goodbye for now. I'm going to see you all in my next video with my Iron Flame review.